Welcome to the Dice Tower, a series of videos about games and the people who played them. And now, here's your host, Joe Steadman.
Hi, this is Joe and Monica Steadman. Today we're going to talk about Hive. It's an older game by Gen 4.2 Games. It's an abstract strategy game, but some people have asked us to review it. It won the 2006 Mensa Award.
And it's designed by John Yianni. Yianni.
Anyway, there's 3 editions of the game. We have the first edition. We've had it since the very beginning. We play it all the time. It's the first and second edition are wood pieces. The third edition's got nice plastic pieces. I might get the third edition eventually, but this is fine. Now, it's just a simple abstract strategy game, and a couple of novel things about the game is that you don't need a board. You can just play on a table, and it's bugs.
Bugs. I like bugs.
The object of the game is to surround the opponent's queen bee, and once you surround it using your pieces or your opponent's pieces, you win. Games can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 20, 30 minutes. Not usually 15 minutes, I would say, is about average.
We had a long game the other day, though.
We did have a long game the other day. I tried to play very defensively. Typically, Monica beats me in this game unless I really focus and I can catch her off guard. All right, and Monica, why don't you explain how each piece moves?
Will do. We already know the objective of the game is to surround the opponent's queen bee. They can surround it with their own pieces solely or by a mixture of their pieces and your pieces. If at any one time a queen bee has no way to go, the game's over, and this player is going to lose, which means the other player wins. All right. To do this, you're going to use the special movement effects of each of your bugs. It's important to know that when you go to place your bug on the board, it has to touch only your color. It cannot touch the opponent's color. So there's no, dropping in a piece there. That's just not going to work. You have to start from somewhere else where it's just your color. This would not work, touching the opponent's color. So let's say blue's turn to go, and instead of placing a new bug, he's going to just move his. The special movement of the ant is it can go anywhere along the perimeter. It cannot sneak into little holes. This one would be all right because it fits. But
and if you're using a bug that's already on the board, you don't have to worry about the color, right?
Right. Just to place it on the board, you worry about color. But let's say it was set up like this. The ant gets to march around the perimeter and stop where he wants to. He cannot go in there because simply does not fit.
You can't just pick him up and drop him in?
No, the ant can only march. Boom. Now, rule number 1 that you should realize is that you cannot create an island. Alright? So, let's say the bee says, "Oh no, I'm being attacked." Alright? He's like, "I don't like this, I'm gonna move." Well, he can't move, because if he does, he's leaving Mr. Ant over here on an island, and that breaks rule number 1. So if you're gonna leave a piece or pieces on an island, you can't make that movement. Number 2, I already said you have to have your insect, when placing on the board, can only touch your color. Cannot put Mr. Grasshopper here because he's touching Mr. Ant. So Grasshopper Man can go, let's see, it might behoove him to go, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll try the spider over here. All right, and the third rule is you can only slide pieces into place, like I showed you earlier with the ant here. He can't slide in there. The exceptions to that are the grasshopper, because he's a hopper, obviously. He can hop from place 1 to place 2 in a straight line, and it must be at least over 1 piece. Opponent or your own, doesn't matter. So here he's hopping over 2 pieces in a straight line. He's good to go.
And he's got to stop in the first open spot.
Yes, he can't hop numerous times, only 1 hop. And from here he could hop here, you see, straight line, 1 piece, or here, straight line, 1 piece. Once he's in here, if he wanted to go this way, he could go this way. Your beetle's special movement is he only gets to move 1 space, but he also can climb on top of other pieces. He's the only bug that has that function. So here, if he's moving 1 space, he could go right here. which is nice. I mean, because he's helping surround the opponent's bug. But what's even nicer is if he goes on top of the bee here, and this guy's not around. Now, the blue pieces can go directly on the bee because there's no opponent pieces touching them.
It's two-dimensional, right? So if you look down, it's blue rather than silver. Right, I got you.
Right. The beetle is covering the bee. Let's look at the spider. His moving ability is to move 3 spaces. Must be 3 spaces. So here's 1. Here's 2. And here's 3. That's how far he could go. The bee can move only 1 space. Sometimes it helps in situations like this. If the bee were to move 1 space, he could move out here. Just like the ant, though, he can only move if he can slide in and out, and he can't create any islands.
So that's how the game plays. Overall, I like the game a lot. It's probably one of my favorite abstract strategy games. I like it because it's very compact. You can throw it in your suitcase and take it with you on a trip. You don't need a table to or a board, or it doesn't come with a board. You can play it anywhere on a kitchen table, on the top of a suitcase, at the airport, whatever. And it's bugs. I love bugs. What do you think, Monica?
I like the game a lot, but I don't like bugs.
Hello? There's a bug on you right here. I was going to get the bug off you.
I think there's one on your ear.
So, Hive.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.